We are the IT organization for the Must-See College. A pretty small organization. We have about 7 full-time people, a bunch of student workers, and a bunch of volunteers. We have 3 primary environments we play with. Sun Solaris. We run Linux. Ubuntu is our distro of choice right now. And a large Wintel desktop, populace out there. We have to install, configure, and maintain a lot of software. We also support tons of faculty, staff, and research desktops. We run web servers for departments, for research projects, for students. We also run all our plumbing. And we encourage a lot of communication. We're rather informal in terms of how our organization is structured. We come up with a lot of crazy acronyms.
Yes, you'll become dogs. Desk Operations Group. Yes, you'll be dogs, I know.
If you join the CAT, you'll get to find out what the heck these things mean.
So I went to the CS department. I'm like, you know, I'd really like to learn databases and how to deal with people and how to make computers talk together. And they're like, you don't want to talk to us. You want to talk to the CAT. And I was like, oh, okay, well, they gave me the website and they're like, here, go to the CAT. And they've got this sort of thing that they do and they teach you and, you know, this might be what you're looking for.
And our survival kind of depended on us being able to do this thing called the Braindump.
Braindump is the course that allows the hackers and admins of the Massey College of Engineering to teach you everything they know about what we do here.
And the goal behind it is that those who know, those of us who've gone before, we teach everything we know to the folks who are coming in. And that helps us build a revolving and qualified pool of IT staff.
They're asking for your time, your dedication, and more importantly, your absolute enthusiasm.
This is not a class project. This is not something you say, oh yeah, I took a class and oh yeah, we wrote a program. This is real. You work for us for, you know, for a couple of years. That's real world experience.
You break it, you don't go home till it's fixed. So that's, I mean, I don't go home till it's fixed. You don't go home till it's fixed.
So what's in the Braindump? We'll teach you our administrivia. We teach you user services. We teach you platform-specific stuff at a user level to be really good at it. And then, depending on the field you're into, there's a bunch of platform-specific sysadmin stuff. The Wintel track, a kind of a combined Solaris Linux track to cover the Unix side, a fairly involved track on networking. Some folks are really into back-end app development. There's places for that in our organization too. And then as we go through the Braindump, we'll kind of be also talking a lot about perspectives on IT as a career.
So if you're in the same boat where you're like, wow, this sounds fun, but these people are intimidating me because I have no idea what they're saying, it's okay. You don't have to be intimidated by the fact that you don't know what they're talking about. All you have to do is want to know what they're talking about and not be afraid to ask.
So what is it like? It's kind of long lectures and presentations on Friday nights. You may get take-home assignments and quizzes where you kind of go off and do a project or a little bit of stuff, bring it back, or you show off a script you've written. We have a place called the Catacombs, which is our sandboxes. It's a bunch of systems that at some point in time you'll all get unleashed on.
This is an opportunity that I want to make sure that you guys all understand. You're not going to have servers just handed to you in many other organizations that you get to just wipe out and play with.
Immersions into groups. You'll get to participate in projects. You'll get tours of the various facilities on campus. Layer 8, you know what that is, right? The 8th layer is politics. That's the layer that they don't teach you in all these IT courses. And in an IT organization, you'll discover that this is important. And pretending it isn't there can be very bad for you.
But it is. It's an excellent learning experience. It gives you the opportunity to try things that you normally wouldn't. If
you want to participate in the Braindump, you have to understand the deal. And the deal is that we will run the Braindump and we will try and teach you everything we know about this business we're in. You will attend the Braindumps. You'll need to perform in addition to showing up here and learning. That's where you're gaining something. What you're giving to us is 4 hours of service somewhere on our front lines. So keep that in mind. This is not free. The deal has to have value for you. If those 2 things don't meet, I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want you to feel that that's something you need to stick out. We're not teaching you how to push buttons. We're not teaching you which menu does what.
Don't trust everything the marketers tell you.
And then, of course, we never take sacred cows too seriously. We question pretty much everything. What we're trying to help grow, and this is important to us, And also we feel that as part of our culture of being sysadmins and system hackers that we should help people grow is that we try to teach why and how stuff happens. A point that we want to make is that Google isn't a substitute for being a sysadmin. It's a valuable tool for experienced sysadmins.
Well, I can't tell you how many times I've had people call me in the middle of the night because they rebooted their servers for maintenance, and 3 months ago they did something, some command from Google that they didn't really understand what it meant, but they just typed it, and sure enough, we're up for the next 20 hours trying to figure out how to get their systems back up.
We're shooting for providing a well-rounded education in IT, not just pigeonholing you into one little slot. Learn to be adaptable in the face of a fast-changing world, and like I said, you blink and the world's changed.
And I truly believe that the career that you guys are going to end up retiring from probably doesn't exist today. So being able to teach yourself how to learn so that 20 years from now, when virtualization is everywhere, you guys are going to know, or whatever the next cloud computing thing is, you guys are going to know kind of what that's about.
And then they said, you're going to train these folks, great, so they'll learn all this stuff and then they're going to go off and leave because they're volunteers, right? And yeah, and that's exactly the point. We want you to learn this stuff and we want you to go out there and be successful. We've always been about taking our craft, teaching it to others, and spreading that craft.
So one of the big things I would suggest you get out of the Braindump is how to become part of a community and to become active in a community. Your career is not based on who you know, it's based on who knows you. So if you're if you're here in the Braindump, people know you. Get involved in the user groups in Portland. More people know you. It's just going to be a whole lot easier to get your name out there.
We tend to get fairly frequently, in fact we got one this week, job opportunities from past CATs that have been in the program, and they know that those that have come through the Braindump have what is needed in order to succeed at the jobs that are either under them or beside them in their department. They heard about it, and they know that you all will have what you need in order to succeed at that job.
So I can convince you that this is really worth giving up your social life for a few years. But you make great new friends.
People all know sysadmins don't have social lives in the first places. So
it's not just a job and it's not just practice, it's also a community, and if you want to get sappy, a family. Currently there's four generations of cats that play D&D together on Friday nights.
I used to be an avid 60-hour-a-week WoW player. The cat stopped that too.
I do have a computer science degree. It helped me a little bit, but the cat helped me a lot. The skills that I learned from the cat and from on my own feet kind of figuring stuff out has led me to where I am today.
At some point I had to learn to manage other people because these minions that I'm training in the Braindump need some sort of direction.
Learning how to learn, I think, is one of the great things that you guys are going to pick up from this.
I was also learning to do Braindumps, which, that works a whole lot better than your Speech 101 class of learning to talk to people.
But you're never really sure how to start conversations. This is a good way to meet other people who are also introverted and have terrible social skills.
Being aware of how you're learning some of this stuff will help you down the road when you have to explain it to other people.
And I learned how to communicate in a team and how to communicate outside of my team.
Get in front of a whiteboard and show what you know.
It's just a real fun environment. Yeah, you should have a lot of fun, and you will learn more than you can even imagine. Oh.